base, but it died to anti-air. I don't think Mats has picked it up, but I was trying to counter it actively, but I failed that part.
You need to grab all your fabs and just turtle when someone calm pushes, including expanding ones.
All right,
just
are you in the replay? Are you at 3 minutes 45 seconds?
Rush up Pelters. 350.
All right, I'll go to 350 because you're so lazy. All right, press play in 3, 2, 1, play. You're at 351, 352, 353, right? Right?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. Okay, good. Good. All right, here we go. Both of them doing line strats at the front. Tell us a little bit about Gryzzly's strategy and why it's superior in every way.
Well, I actually like Nick's position a little better, to be honest.
Whoa, you do?
Gryzzly has more air, so he could probably bomb like everything Nick has. But
he's got the spinners as an army, and now he's pushing out.
Yeah, it's
we'll
just
see
one
what
spinner.
Gryzzly can do.
The spinner's gonna be wrecked if Gryzzly. Oh, he doesn't
loses,
go for it.
Yeah, loses an air already
Gryzzly
to
has
win.
How are you watching this? Because I think
We're in the replay.
Replays.
Oh man, he's got a lot of grenadiers with him, but a lot of front force as well, pushing in on Gryzzly. Gryzzly's army is a little bit
even if I
smaller.
spotted Enzo's T2, he was so much better expansion than me.
This is a professional cast, Ferret.
Shut up, Ferret. Oh, and loses his bombers to the spinners.
Oh man, the bombers. Not a
And
single
behind
unit
it,
dies.
Nick is putting tier 2 down, putting a lot of pressure at the front. Gryzzly has not started his tier 2 yet, and he's down on army. He seems to be down on every single thing except for metal.
Yeah, Nick's ahead on units pretty hard for sure.
Ooh, a lot of grenadier shots from Gryzzly hitting into Nick's army though. Lessened it down, but nope, Nick is pushing forward with his docks. He sees a vulnerability, kills a bunch of grenadiers. Oh no, this is absolute disaster for Gryzzly.
Oh noes. Gryzzly lost all of his units, but he traded okay, so it's not...
Yeah, he hasn't lost any factories or metal yet, that is true. Oh, and he's got drone ships out.
The unit, the metal trade for Gryzzly wasn't actually that bad.
Yeah, and he's got drone ships out. Nick does not have spinners with that army, but he's not punishing with these drones. They're just sitting idle there. He could have punished more of that army. Oh, it looks like he's going over for this one spinner. Oh, he's putting the fighter forward and snipes the spinner and gets that small little group there. Nice pickup, but Nick already has his tier 2 done. Gryzzly is just starting his, but he is boosting out with 4 fabbers and his commander on that. It's going to be very fast. And it looks like the first unit's out from Nick is Locust. He's going to send it to the back of his base, and we'll see what kind of punish he can do. I don't know if Nick has caught the southern expansion where on the peninsula here where Gryzzly is. Gryzzly claimed all these mechs. We'll see if Nick catches it. No, he moves to the side. He's just going straight for the back of Gryzzly's base right now.
So this is interesting. Nick's playing a very rushy game, and he's crashing eco. Gryzzly's playing a more defensive, but he's still expanding kind of game. And we see Gryzzly's ahead in eco, way ahead in fabs, ahead in factories. So he just needs to hold this position and he'll be fine.
Gotta interrupt you here. Locust coming in right now. He's got bombers to defend. He's got docks to defend, but gets 2 metal so far. He's gonna go for the air factory. Gets that too. Docks are missing. And he's just shredding through. Gets a lot of damage here. Cleans it up with
comes in though and rip Locust. Oh, Uber Cannon.
Uber Cannon cleans it up though. But we got 3 slammers in the front with Nick's army, and he's going to be pushing forward soon. Gryzzly's spamming out sniper bots. That is the counter, but can he get enough out yet? He still has the southern expansion, which Nick has no idea about, and that's really going to give him the win factor here. If he can hold the front line. Looks like some boom bots coming out the side, looking for those fabs that are expanding out. Nick's pushing forward, gets the double laser tower, going for factories, getting more metal. Gryzzly is really hurting right now from this push, but he needs those sniper bots out. He needs just a little more time for more sniper bots, gets those slammers, and then he can push forward. Huge engagement here, huge Grenadier shots from Gryzzly coming through, destroying half of Nick's army. He holds, his sniper bots pushing forward, gets a slammer, gets another slammer. Grenadiers on the backside clearing out some retreating units as well. Nick pushes forward, sees his slammers can be used, but they get picked off again by sniper bots. One still lives and chews apart Gryzzly's army. Gets a sniper bot as well. Very last moments there.
So they basically traded.
Gryzzly is hurting because he lost this 4 metal, lost the 2 factories there, even though they traded evenly with their armies. And now
Actually,
Nick is pushing
Nick
boom bots.
pretty far ahead in unit count, so
Yeah. Only saving grace is that Gryzzly has this backward space here.
yeah, that
But
Nick's
he's-
just totally ignoring for some reason.
He has not scouted it. He has not noticed, but it looks like he thinks something's up because he's seeing bots from down here and he's pushing downwards.
Boom bots, that's good. Good choice for Nick. Very good to see that.
Yep. Just cleared
Nick
out all
should've
these
expanded.
side expansions.
Here's the thing. Nick's expanding finally, but he should have done this way earlier with at least like 1 or 2 fabbers.
Yep. We see a
He'll
locust
still
coming
boost
in.
P2. This is the advantage of splitting up your fabs.
Yep.
Something I should probably do in my games.
Oh, it looks like
It's-
Gryzzly's got an air factory here and just boosting out with 3 fabbers on this 1 air factory. Very interesting. Going for some bombers here. Does Nick have spinners in his main force and his second force? 1 spinner in his main force. It can get overwhelmed. It looks like Gryzzly's going for an Inferno drop. Could do some of his own kind of damage. Sniper bots at the front here. But Nick has his own sniper bots now. However, Gryzzly is trading first. He sees them. Locust going after this
Oh,
air
Inferno
factory.
drop! Inferno drop!
Inferno drop hitting hard in the backside, killing some energy, killing some
Gryzzly
metal,
cheeky
doing
bastard.
some actual
Oh my
damage here,
God.
but I don't know if it's crippling damage at all. But still hurts nonetheless.
That
Nick has
paid
no
for
energy.
itself. That paid for itself.
Yeah, Nick has no
That
energy.
was brilliant. Oh.
He's on 4K energy and spams out a
See
bunch
how
of fabs.
Gryzzly came back? That's hilarious.
Nick is realizing this, gets out a bunch of fabs, but you cannot support all these fabs with the amount of energy you have. Gotta have your commander build energy immediately. Puts one down. These other fabs
Oh, okay.
boosting out the tier 2 factories should be switching to energy immediately.
Yeah, he's got a panic build energy right now.
Man, these guys are just brutal with each other, but I feel like this expo from Gryzzly really working out. And tier 2, I mean, these bombers hitting his expos as well.
Yeah, can't do shit about it. No air, so bombers just free reign. Oh, he's
Yep.
1 passing him too, nonetheless. Oh, 1 past the radar. Oh,
Went past.
Finally
That's
made it
okay.
there.
He's got to focus on the front. Nick's pushing in on the front, but Gryzzly's got double walls. That scumbag, but it works. More locusts being built by Nick. He's gonna send them to the back. We'll see if Gryzzly can still clean them up, or if Nick comes through and clears up this expo that's been keeping Gryzzly in the game. He was able to clear him up earlier, but I don't think it's going to work now. He sent all his shocks out at the wrong time, and Nick is going for it. He clears 1, 2, 3, 4 medals, and he's going to get that factory as well. His Ant's not going to do anything for it. Clears that entire expo up, and that was Gryzzly's big saving grace gone. And Nick has all his energy back up. He's getting his economy back in check. And his front force there. Oh no, bombers in the front,
metal
killing
count
some sniper.
evened out a little bit.
Metal has evened out, that is true. But
But
that
Nick's
bomber
flooding.
just killed a bunch of sniper bots. Man, this game is
He's
so
gotta
close.
boost the T2 way harder than he is. Come on, 2 fabs on it. Nick got
2
it.
fabs.
He's got to boost way harder. Put his commander on it, maybe.
Well, I'm looking at Gryzzly and he's only got 1
Quadruple-
fabber on it. He's got triple fab on
Quadruple
it.
walls. So
Quadruple walls. I have not seen that before. Needs to put I'd recommend a pelter behind those walls.
yeah, maybe quadruple walls behind his base and also at the other front section of his base.
Yep. These
That way
bombers
he's
still doing work for...
invincible.
Yeah, bombers still doing work for Gryzzly, clearing up these slammers, but they're doing damage to his base. They're just not fast enough at clearing up this army. We see Gryzzly reclaiming his peninsula right here. Trying to get
Oh,
back his
Locust
base.
in Nick's base. Oh,
Locust in
man.
Nick's base!
Yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Oh, he's gonna get this factory, maybe? Yes, he will.
Ooh, we'll see if these grenadiers pick off these slammers over here. They've got a slammer on the backside of the base. Nope, does not get them.
As soon as the slammer shoots them, nope.
Just shreds into them. It looks like Gryzzly's pushing forward, hasn't had enough of Nick's crap. Nick is also putting a tier 2 factory down, but this game is so low eco that I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, putting some landmines, that's good.
But if he gets it up, levelers will dominate this game. Oh, where's the landmines? I don't see the landmines.
He tried to put some down, but Stitch got sniped.
Oh, sniped again. Oh, and Nick's trying to take the middle here, but that's going to get cleaned up really quickly. He just gets the radar down, but gets him a little bit of vision, but I don't know if he's going to get any use out of that. Gryzzly's ahead by 30 metal. That is significant, but it looks like Nick is coming back trying to clear up this base, but that double laser turret saving him this time on the peninsula.
Nobody's... It's funny, both players have been Locusted and Inferno dropped, yet nobody is trying to make defenses to prevent further raids to that area.
That
Like,
is true.
A single Galata turret in the back of the base, maybe two. Nick GG's.
Yeah, Nick GG's out. Got that huge push. His army was on the opposite side and couldn't deal
Yeah,
with
Gryzzly
it.
had the unit count advantage as well, so...
Well played by Gryzzly. Beats
Tough
Nick.
for
You
to win
don't see
that.
that every day.
Yeah, but I'm sure Nick's gonna smash him this time, right?
Right.
Mm,
Alright, well, let's go into game 2, eh?
Yeah. Oh, watching Nimzo stream, lame. What's... I made up with Nimzo.
They're
We're
not in
cool
the
now.
finals, right? Oh, you're cool with Nimzo? That's good.
Yeah, yeah. I talked to him like, yo, I'm past the drama, broham. And he's like, cool, me too. And we kissed.
Ah, the best way to make up.
Like,
Literally
that
making
kiss-
out.
Very. that
Make
kiss
up
is
and
a
make
very
out.
important part. Yeah.
Alright, looking at the replays. Yeah.
Did they
it's-
have the second game already?
So, the second one is 8 minutes, right? Wait, no, that's between core game, right? Yeah, so the second game is up 17 minutes for this one, so it looks like Mantis is casting the third one, but I don't care about that right now. So I'm just gonna focus on the second game. You're in the replay now?
Let me zoom on over.
But it
Oh,
looks
look.
like they went to a third game on Gargantuan, but that's pretty much spoilers.
Nah, we know that Gryzzly won the first game, so it's a best of 3.
Yeah, don't reveal it to our audience though. Wink wink nod nod. If they
I
can't do
won't.
basic math, we shouldn't help them out with that.
Oh shit.
Ooh,
Oh, you're
second
right,
map is
fuck.
on Gargantuan.
So we have no idea who won this game.
Nope. And both players
My clue.
land at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So let's pause at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm there, waiting on you.
Okay, let's see. Load! There we go. I'm there.
Alright, you ready? 2 minutes,
On
10
the
seconds? On the dot, okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 211, 212, 213, 214. You on my point? Okay.
I'm
Looks
probably
like
half a second behind, but
alright, looks like Gryzzly's already ahead by building his factory at the very start, whereas Nick's like a full 3 seconds behind. This is a major blow to Nick.
yeah, Nick sucks because of this.
Yep, it's too big of a lead on Gryzzly's side. So, what do you think Nick's gonna go for this map? Have you seen Nick play around with half naval maps before?
Yeah. He usually goes something like T2 bots and T2 naval at the same time. And that usually wins him games. Gryzzly, I don't know what he's going to do.
Okay. Well,
He's going for more typical medium-sized map opening, which I don't think it's a good idea, because this is big.
we see both of them opening up almost identically. 2 fabbers. Well, 3 fabbers for Gryzzly, but 1 bot factory, 1 air. Nick delays his fabber for a few more docks out onto the map. And it looks like Gryzzly is going into a naval factory as his 3rd. We'll see what Nick's 3rd is going to be. I assume it's going to be another bot factory, given his playstyle.
Gonna be air.
Or air, yeah. He really likes having air dominance. Even though he complains every day about spinners being OP.
Well, you see, on this map, spinners aren't going to be as good because it's really big. I would like to see maybe like Pelican dropping spinners. That'd be funny on this map.
Both players trying to scout each other, but Gryzzly does not get his scout off. But
Gryzzly going naval.
Nick does
That's
see the 1
important.
air, 1 bot, but he does not see the naval yet, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. So Gryzzly's going to have a little bit of a jump on Nick, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. But Nick is going naval 4th, so no, he's going double naval 4th, so
Yep, I can
that'll
see it in
be
the build queue. Gryzzly can get his naval factory out first, push that, but
How are they expanding?
Nick's-
Gryzzly's splitting, Nick is not.
Yep.
It's another.
Gryzzly's a little bit ahead on expansions, a full 15 metal lead on him, but I feel like Nick is going to start really putting more presence on the map with these 4 fabbers building this proxy factory. And I don't think Nick's going to be hurt by this naval factory because he's got his commander there. He can just push his commander into the water and deal with that fort.
Yeah, definitely. See, Galata's going up for Gryzzly. That's good to see. Power by proxy base for Nick. Interesting. I guess he's got the time to do it, so
Yep.
it works out.
He is still a 20 metal lead behind. We'll see if Gryzzly can make up for that. His army count is a little bit smaller, but the quality of his army is higher. Most of Nick's army is spent into docks. You see this air scout here from Gryzzly getting picked off, but it does see Nick's naval timing. Not much going on right now. It's a bit of a quiet game, but we're sure to see a lot more action coming in the next few minutes. But right now, they're both being very careful with their expansions. Nick catching
Nick's
up to
farther
Gryzzly.
along. Nick's farther along with an Orca than Gryzzly is, so it's not a big advantage, but it's still something to look out for.
Yeah.
Gryzzly has Piranhas, but those are just gonna die to the
Yeah.
Orca.
In fact, I would say Gryzzly should actually invest in submarines at the moment, because those trade pretty well against orcas, even though they've been nerfed by not being able to attack fabbers or piranhas. But they still trade efficiently against orcas.
Yeah, that's true. Especially in smaller numbers like this.
Yep. Both on the land side of things, both of them still not pushing out with their armies. They're still just protecting their expansions, slowly expanding out. Nick has caught up to Gryzzly now in medals worth.
Yeah, Fabbers Nick's ahead, units Nick's ahead, factories Nick's ahead. So should be next game up. Gryzzly's ahead of Metal Nut, so they're pretty neck and neck for the
Yep.
most part.
We'll see what they do with their tier 2 timings. Nick usually favors a very early tier 2, but we haven't seen that from him yet. And Bomber's coming in, sees a group of docks. This will be some major damage against Nick if he doesn't react properly to it. He does spread it out. Only gets 2 docks.
Typically we'll see tier 2 around now, but it's not happening. I guess this is a reasonable choice because it's a big map. You don't need T2 right away. on a big map, you need tier 1.
Yep. Orca pushes through. The trade is uneven. However,
T2 bots from Gryzzly, teleporter.
teleporter down. I see that. Interesting. Oh, bombers in the front here. Picks off a small group, but spinners pick off one bomber, but still a good trade.
Yes, defend.
3 orcas for Gryzzly. Gets out a narwhal. Very interesting. Nick has more orcas on the field, but they're not all together, so these 3 orcas are going to beat these 2 pretty quickly, especially one that's only at half health.
Let's see, both players
Just, yeah, pretty even at the moment. Nick has like a lot of energy that he's just stored up. Like very much over energy.
T2 naval from Nick.
Both of them McDonald.
And I expect a T2 bots pretty soon.
Ooh. Nick just lost a bunch of bombers and Icarus drone.
Nick has a 3 factory lead on Gryzzly.
Interesting. Yeah, Fabbers
And
are
he's got-
nearly identical.
He's got almost a 30 unit lead as well, so it's pretty important.
Tier 2 naval factory from Nick.
17 fabs.
Yeah, their metal is starting to become a little bit uneven. Nick's still pushing forward with his expos. Gryzzly looks like he's just kind of hanging back now. Nick has invested a lot into this one proxy expansion. 2 vehicle factories, 1 bot, and a couple energy. If Gryzzly can break that position, that'll set Nick behind. But now Nick is taking the lead with his expansions. He's getting a lot of metal, over 50 metal lead. Don't know if Nick stopped something on this side of the expansion, if he caught some fabbers. Wasn't able to catch that. Well, we got some air trades going on. Gryzzly not paying attention and just gets his entire air force destroyed, but cannot clean up the bombers thanks to the 1 narwhal there. It looks like our first unit out of our tier 2 naval factory is a Leviathan. That's going to put some major presence on the map and really fight with the orcas that are already there for Gryzzly and really put a lot of pressure. But on Gryzzly's side, he is getting some slammers out. If he can get these slammers into this forward proxy base and push there, he can do a lot of damage on the land side. But it looks like Nick, he's going to control the naval side. And Gryzzly really needs to control the land side, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that.
Let's look at the metal count, because Nick is very far ahead. He's got 100 metal lead. And also,
Yeah,
if we zoom out and look at Nick's base, and then we look at Gryzzly's, Gryzzly has virtually no presence on Nick's soil. Whereas on Gryzzly's side, Nick has a lot of aggressive positions. Or is it Gryzzly's side? On Gryzzly's side, Nick has a lot of aggressive positions and units there causing trouble for Gryzzly. So I'd say, looking at this, Nick is in a pretty nice lead.
Yeah, and it looks like Nick's now throwing his tier 2 bot factory. Gryzzly really needs to use his tier 2 bots to make something happen, but they're sitting at the teleporter right now, and I don't see the second one down yet.
This is the build I was talking about with Nick. You see T2 bots. Well, it's the second T2.
Yeah, it's his second tier 2, but he really does favor tier 2 bots, but I can understand why he would focus on naval first in this game. And he throws down a tier 2 air as well.
Yeah,
hasn't even finished his tier 2 bot.
That's really important because Nick's got the eco for it. Gryzzly does not have the eco for it.
Yep. And we see a Kraken pushing forward with his Leviathan as well. And I think this is going to completely kill Gryzzly's naval base. Gryzzly really needs to do something with his tier 2 bots on land and do some serious damage because Nick's already taken over almost half of the planet.
Nick's just won the air control from Gryzzly.
Ooh.
Teleport is
Unfortunate
gonna come up soon.
Nick gets a full scout on Gryzzly, sees no other tier 2 factories other than the bots.
Ooh, this is important. Gryzzly's getting some stitches down by Nick's base. Looks pretty promising for Gryzzly.
Yeah, I see the drop here on the backside. We'll see if he can push through with it. Get some real damage going. He just has bots in there.
Nick's probably just gonna defend pretty easily.
I
He's got
see.
3 T2s. He could get Kaiju's up.
Yeah, at the moment he's just spamming Krakens out though. I would recommend he build Leviathans and Kaijus.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Krakens
hit
are
his...
great units, but not quite what he needs right now.
Gryzzly's got 10 Orcas, but I feel like all of those units are forfeit with the presence of the Leviathan.
And Krakens. Everything Nick has just kind of kills Orcas.
Alright, well, we see Gryzzly pushing through. He does not have any spinners in that force, so any bombers or any Icaruses can clean that force up. Really concerning sight.
Another teleporter? Interesting.
Another teleporter just a little bit more forward. Probably doesn't have time to afford it, though.
That.
He does have spinners, one spinner on the backside, though. Ooh, Kraken looking forward. I think he built that teleporter because he saw the Kraken somehow.
Getting some Kestrels out.
And the Leviathan pushing forward, but these Orcas pushing past. Where are Nick's Orcas? He might actually just kill the Kraken and the Leviathan. Oh no, the Kraken does so much damage. Orcas are on the Leviathan though, but it just hits too hard. It has a little bit too much health.
Yeah.
And now Gryzzly's moving in. Gryzzly needs to do some serious damage here. He is hitting pretty hard, but Nick has his tier 2 air out now. Only one spinner in, and that spinner just dies. And now Nick's targeting down the sniper bots immediately. Cleans up that force right there. And Nick takes a 100 metal lead. Kaiju's also assisting in this ground force. Nick understanding that and getting out Kaiju's. Also building a Stingray. Find that a little bit questionable. I would recommend getting another Leviathan out because you got the air dominance. Gryzzly only has his tier 2 bot, whereas Nick's got 3 different tier 2 types to play with. And he's smashing into his naval side. Gryzzly pushing forward though with a lot of Grenadiers, looking to get some map presence down though. I don't think Nick's prepared for it. He just dropped 50 metal. How is Nick going to respond to all these Grenadiers? He's just probably going to throw all his gunships in and clean those Grenadiers up quickly, but still, quite a bit of damage gets Grizz back in. Nick does have an army difference, and his army quality is quite high.
Yeah. I think the important thing here is Nick's just got more important units than Gryzzly. And he's also got 3 T2s to Gryzzly's almost 2 Tier 2s. Metal count's evened out though. Pretty nice. Gryzzly's actually got some more metal than Nick does.
I do feel though like Grizz pushed out in a just desperation to get some damage done, but it did damage, but I don't think it's going to affect Nick in the long run. Nick coming through with all these gunships and just clearing out.
World patrolling? Nah, he's not world
Yeah,
patrolling.
and Nick has doubled Gryzzly's army size, and now his Leviathan's starting to hit into the back of Gryzzly's base, finally clearing out his naval factories. With the naval presence on this map, it is quite significant, and I think Gryzzly's getting close to dead here. He's probably going to look for a snipe on the commander, but his commander's in the middle of the ocean. He does have some tier 2 air though. He might be able to clear up this air, and no, he just GG's out.
Yeah, it's GG.
Yeah.
There's no winning from this point on.
Yeah. Gryzzly played a pretty good game like early on, but then just slowly got picked apart, I felt, and just totally misread the naval play from Nick. Nick surprisingly getting a lot of his tier 2 factories up quickly and being able to get a variety of units to play around with and abuse Gryzzly because of it. Alright, and we'll go on to the third game. It should be done by now.
Yep.
We'll see best of 3 27, right?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll press play in like 3, 2, 1. And immediately already strange strategies coming out from Nick, opening air first.
I like this.
Alright, tell me about air first. What is good about air first? Because not a lot of players do it. It's very risky
Well,
strat.
air first, if you can keep the fabrics alive, you can get up faster proxy bases and expansions than any other build. You also get an earlier air presence, I think, just slightly than a standard air second build. Nick idle comm strats though. I'm not sure this is on purpose or not.
Looks like he's boosting out, but
Yeah,
very
he's boosting,
strange.
so he's gonna get a pretty early air presence on Gryzzly. Although Gryzzly's already got his air factory up.
How important is air on this map? It seems like it's very strong, but also Trico and like Doc's pushes hit pretty hard.
Well, air is pretty strong in the back, but in the front, the shorter expansion is where you see a lot of bot raids and tank pushes and such. It's usually it's a heavy early air game into.
Just one moment. We got Gryzzly coming in. He scouts the air fabs. Knows what's up. Nick's going air first, and Nick is also playing 3 energy fab. He's not playing docks down. A bot factory or vehicle factory. Scouts it, but we'll see if he can do anything with it.
Yeah, this is the strength of air first. I would have done this a little differently, I think, but it seems to be working out okay.
Yep, we got one little boom bot coming in. That was meant for fabbers, but they're not on the ground, so he just puts it right into the middle. I feel like you can see Nick just
Again, Gryzzly's got a
hovering
bomber.
Yeah,
Gryzzly's got a bomber, but Nick does not have
Yeah.
bot fabbers, so it's not gonna work out.
How do you counter air first usually? Besides the obvious sniping off fabbers, what's your other play if you're unable to snipe these air fabbers?
Well, back when Nick invented this opening and I used to play against him, I would always counter it by boosting my second air factory. My air factory. So this way I would catch up to him in air and then just snipe all of his air fabs. And then I'd try to quickly use my advantage in air to bomb everything else.
I see. And it actually does look like Gryzzly is following your example. He has 2 air factories out. He's no longer boosting them out with his bots, but he was boosting at one point.
Okay.
Looks like Gryzzly's coming in for the air fabs at a critical
massive
moment.
win here. Oh, massive win.
Huge
Oh,
win. Doesn't take
One
air
fabric
dominance
pick.
completely, but still
That was
very
huge.
significant.
It's a very big win. It's gonna be hard for Nick to come back from this.
Yeah, we'll see. We do have 10 more minutes of this game, and Nick throws down his second air factory. His first bot factory now getting out a combat fab, putting some mines down, and is going to be playing some Trico. We do see Nick is a little bit ahead on the metal. We don't see any Trico coming in from Gryzzly. Nothing happening on the backside of the planet yet. They're both still trying to maintain their positions. We do see a docks raid coming in, though. It could pick off these 3 vulnerable metal expansions. We don't see any air-to-ground forces from Nick. No Icaruses, no bombers, and I think this is going to do some real damage, some real pain to Nick.
Yeah, definitely. I see these 3 metal going down pretty quickly. Maybe just 2 of them. Nick's got a bot force coming in. It's gonna kill it. Kill the dogs that are raiding.
Oh, no, looks like his docks are cleaned up on the south there. Gryzzly defends on that side. And it looks like Gryzzly's putting a vehicle expansion.
Yeah. Gryzzly going air fabs. He's taking after Nick, it seems. He's also going idle fabs. Both players are going Trico. Just a little bit. I never really knew how to get Trico.
Oh.
I guess you just kind of sprinkle them in as you go.
Yeah, a little bit difficult.
That's what it looks like these guys are doing.
Yeah, they don't want to overemphasize Trico too much, or else the other person will just push you in with way more units and kill all your combat fabs, which are very vulnerable to both ground units and air. Nick does have an anti-air force down on one of his metal expansions, but Gryzzly still goes in and picks off the Fabber. We see Gryzzly take a 3-fabber lead, and they're both identical on factories. But Gryzzly is probably pulling a little bit ahead in metal, I would want to say.
Yeah, it looks like he is, and he's also got more fabbers, which is just gonna mean, you know, he's gonna pull ahead faster. He's playing really well. I haven't seen Gryzzly play
Gryzzly's
so well.
doing extremely well. He's even with Nick on air at the moment, which is fine. He's pushing forward in this metal location here on one of the platforms. And now he's throwing down a tier 2 bot factory. And Nick, on the other hand, is throwing down air factory. Air factory not so bad on this map, but I feel like if you're putting down a tier 2 air factory, you kind of need a more dominant air presence than you have now, because you want to push with your gunships and eliminate a lot of forces. But you can't build gunships if they have equal amount of air to you.
Let's see. Yeah, the T2A versus T2 boss is going to be interesting to watch.
Yes. And we see
Gryzzly
a
is
lot.
very far ahead.
Yeah, we see Gryzzly pushing in. It's not doing much, but what it is doing is it's burning down all these trees. All of Nick's Trico just going up in flames, literally.
Yes. But the problem is, Nick isn't even getting Trico from there, so...
Yeah, Nick is on the other side Tricoing with three combat fabs at the moment. How many combat fabs does Gryzzly have? I only see 1 at the moment for him.
We see 3 for Gryzzly. One of them's gonna get picked off by strikers though, and it's dead. Another one's gonna get picked off by strikers.
Ooh, I'm not able to see that, unfortunately. Oh, it looks like he's pushing forward. Nick...
And dead.
Yep.
Now he's only got 2 stitches. I see both stitches going down in the near future. Very near future, in fact.
He's throwing down a bunch of mines, though, desperately trying to
mine.
get... Yep. Air Fabber, though, getting a little sneaky expo. We'll see if Nick picks it up, though. He is searching around for expos, and I think his dogs are just going to run right into it.
Nick's catching up in Nico. That's really important to see this.
And we'll see what forces come out for his tier 2 factory, what he prioritizes. He's prioritizing Phoenixes first, trying to get that air dominance, whereas Gryzzly is, of course, building a mix of both slammers and sniper bots.
Yeah.
Gryzzly's looking to scout it, but he doesn't push his scout forward. He doesn't see the tier 2 air, and Nick immediately throws down a tier 2 bot, only using the air and not boosting it. Just trying to get a few token forces, likely just to get the air dominance, and hope he survives any ground play that Gryzzly does. Grizz does need to use his tier 2 bots, the advantage that he has. Ooh, we see a bunch of strikers into grenadiers. That can go very well for Nick if he sees it, and he does see it. He's going to clean that up. Very good trade for Nick. Cleaning up that small force. And now Nick is... It's hard to tell if he has a lead or not because of all the Trico that's going on, but it does look like he has a metal lead now. And Gryzzly's hurting on energy. So what's the play on the backside of this planet now? With these expos, it looks like Nick is building up a lot.
Well...
Oh, we see... Well, hold on. Sorry to interrupt you, but we see their airs starting to clash. Oh, Gryzzly gets out just in time, but avoids that. A little bit of a spooky moment.
Yeah, Nick's just gonna clean up everything with T2 right now.
Ooh. Sniper bots are down. And there goes Gryzzly's tier 2 bot advantage right there.
Yeah,
Very critical moment.
Nick's just got massive air superiority, metal superiority, equal fabbers, and massive army count superiority.
Yep.
So all of a sudden the tables have been flip-flopped. Gryzzly's suddenly in kind of panic mode. As Nick beginning to dismantle him with T2 air and a lot of bot raids around the map.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, and Gryzzly's throwing down his own tier 2 air, but I'm not sure what he can do. at this point. He is raiding with his Air Force. His Air Force on the opposite side. Picks up some air fabbers. Does get some much needed damage onto Nick. Nick's Air Force coming back around, but that is far away even by air standards. Air usually really good at getting around the map, but this map is so huge.
Yeah.
And so out of position.
There's also some Icarus in that force, which
Ooh, that is majorly slowing him down.
yeah, it really doesn't help with trying to get places quickly. So Gryzzly's second T2 is actually very slow. Nick's second T2 is almost complete.
Yeah, and it's because Nick never bothered to boost the tier 2 factory until now. But he is starting to boost out now that he sees that he has the air advantage. And he's boosting out mostly gunships now, ignoring Phoenixes.
It looks like he was boosting the for most of the time.
Yeah, we see an absolutely huge metal advantage coming in from Nick. Gryzzly really needs to make a huge play. And it looks like he is looking for a play with his Air Force. But that play has to be more than just picking off some metal. Oh, he is pushing with this ground force, though. He's got some slammers and some sniper bots, and Nick actually wasn't quite prepared for it. And he has a scout with his force, so these mines won't do anything to Gryzzly if he can hold it. Man, Gryzzly's Air Force is smaller and more vulnerable, but it is just dancing around Nick's Air Force and just picking off here and there metals, trying to keep him in the game. And metal supplies actually.
This is the right way to use air. This is a good way to use air. Just pick off here and there and run away quickly, and you can get a lot of damage done. Air can pay for itself over and over again if you use it this way.
I see.
Especially if the enemy has air control, it makes him kind of...
Pivotal moment coming in, though. Gryzzly's tier force coming in, just getting cleaned up by Nick's slammers. And it looks like that one army that was forward that had any map presence for him is now gone. Nick taking the backside, and he's going to just reinforce everything that he has. And now he's really going to be pushing into Gryzzly with his air dominance, doing some serious damage. Whereas Gryzzly was picking off, Nick is doing permanent damage. Ooh, runs into a lot of spinners there. Loses some air force, but nothing critical. Gryzzly's still trying to play it in. He's sending more forces on the top side. Oh.
And Nick's got a almost double army lead. Got 100 army lead against Gryzzly.
Ooh, Locust. Now
Pretty
there
bad.
is a scummy unit that can get you back into the game if Nyx misses it. But gunships are really good against Locust as long as he's in the right position. Gryzzly needs to get those
he's in a
focus
great
up.
position to pick him off right now.
Yeah, he is, but I don't think he sees him. He's just looking around killing proxy expansions.
Which, honestly, is working out for him.
Yeah. Oh, this small force picks off a bunch of air fabbers on Gryzzly. Gryzzly coming through with this small force, and he's trying to protect his locusts that are coming through. Oh, there's one gunship that comes through. It sees the locust, picks one off, does damage to another, but not enough. But I think Nick sees it now, and he's trying to defend against locusts. If they get in, they'll do an insane amount of damage, though. He's trying to push forward, but there's some docks there. You don't have to have a lot. You just need a little bit, and the slammers clean him up. That was Gryzzly's last gameplay. Nick's on the other side. He's got forces just in front of Gryzzly, and Gryzzly GG's out. Gryzzly really trying everything he could, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, really good early game from Gryzzly, but Nick just had a superior strategy from the looks of it.
Yeah, Nick's mid game to late game, like getting both tier 2 factories out, and Gryzzly not able to push his tier 2 advantage at all. Whereas Nick was able to do it. Gryzzly played pretty well overall, though. This was a pretty good series, I would have to say, but Nick just ultimately outplaying. Alright. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna post that to YouTube, bro. Get that Twitch stream and everything. Hooray.
And I should practice 1v1s.
Pretty fun, man. Then we'll get our casting status and be all cool. We're really cool. Wow, I think I've never sounded like that though. I did way better than I thought I would be. Like I thought my casting was
Yeah. Already better than Matiz, Kappa.
Kappa. Don't know about Admiral General, but especially
Admiral?
not Zaphod.
Zaffa was amazing. He's a great caster.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's go back to seeing what... Oh, they're taking a quick break. Wait, Nick 3-0'd him. No, he didn't 3-0 him yet, but they're taking a break. I think Nimzo lost him. No.
Yeah, they're on their third game right now. It's not looking so good for Nimzo.